Shalom. Kol halalim la Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to the 144,000 and the 1/3 greater multitude. May peace and blessings be upon your households. And may we, may the Lord's kingdom come upon this earth and beyond, as they say, as soon as possible, or ASAP. Anyway, Salakia is 5:35 in the morning, in the AM. So Shalom Babakar. I don't know how old is this video, by the way. I saw it last night. Oh, it's from 1 year ago. For some reason, this came in my feed. Right? Just wanted to address it. Now I want you to hear what this guy is going to say. I'm not going to mention their name, but the people in purple.
4:27. He says he's going to scatter the nations. So when you read Deuteronomy 4:27, he says he's going to scatter the nations. He's going to scatter Israel through all nations. When you get to Acts, he's sending them out. This is what the Great Commission is. He's sending them out to those Jews who were scattered in all nations to repentance, bro. That's Bible.
If you were scattered, the Hebrews were scattered all over the world, amongst every tribe, every nation, every tongue. That's right. Scattered where?
To all nations.
So if we were scattered everywhere, why are you so convinced, or most people? I don't know what your branch is, that the Hebrews only look like us.
No, the Hebrews don't just look like us.
So there's white.
They look like blacks, Hispanics.
They look like. Hold on. Do they look like white? Okay, so do they look like white? 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 Okay.
All right. Number one, I don't know who this GOCC guy is. He probably is a cracker. An Edomite, because GOCC have Edomites in their camp, for real. Okay? No. All right, now, I'm going to go to the scripture. Ephraim is a cake not turned, okay? So Ephraim, the tribe of Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans, come in many, many shades. All right, now watch the movie Shaft, Samuel L. Jackson, the 2000 and 2001 movie. In that movie, it shows you when it shows the Simeonite or the Ephraimite crew, the Dominican or Puerto Rican crew, right? Which is, by the way, played by a so-called black man, Jeffrey Wright. Okay, the one who collides with Samuel L. Jackson in the beginning of the movie at some point. That's a so-called black man playing a Dominican. Okay, and they know we are one and the same people. That's why they use a so-called black man to play an Ephraimite. Okay, a Northern Kingdom. Now, when I see Katazar, right, of ISUPK, he doesn't look like a white guy to me. You Jakes in America are weird, man. All right? He doesn't look like a white guy to me. And even though this guy here in the middle, he doesn't look like a white guy to me. All right? Now, it doesn't matter what you look like. It depends on your paternal lineage. As far as we know, Gorilla Hebrew's mother is a so-called white woman. She could be Jake too, but you just don't know. Right? He says she isn't. Okay, cool. But his father is a Jake. All right? All right? Because Romans 8:16, the Spirit beareth witness. Now, whether they're the elect or not is only the Lord knows. Okay? Okay? But GOCC genuinely do have Edomites in their camp. And they say that so-called white people are going to be, just like regular servants, and they're not going to be treated harshly and shit like that. So fuck GOCC, right? But the fact of the matter is they said that, so-called, they aren't Israelites that look like so-called white people. Now, okay, that's the main scenario of the lesson, or is basically I'm gonna try and make this quick also. Okay, that now paraphrasing scripture, Ephraim is a cake not turned. All right, and what's a cake? A cake is basically, let's actually go there. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Let's go to KJV. Have I got it here? Okay. Hosea 7 and 8. Ephraim is a head tribe, all right, of the northern kingdom. Ephraim today would be the so-called Puerto Ricans, right? Now, being from Puerto Rico doesn't make you a so-called Latino. You got Gooks living in Puerto Rico. You got Edomites, small hatters, crackers, Elam, Arabs living in Puerto Rico. In every Latin American country, marrying our women. Okay, so there's a lot of tares amongst the wheat. Okay, and then on top of that, which is even more, the way the Lord does is chess moves. You got Israelite foreigners that look like Elam and Arabs and Gooks and crackers marrying our women. Okay, and they're still basically an Israelite couple, but the world will see, oh, that's a cracker married to one of our women. There's that also. But Ephraim, as the Lord has said, Hosea 7 and 8, Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. That's why you see Ephraimites, some look Italian in one family. One could have green eyes with an afro. One could have green eyes with dark skin and straight hair, slick back. One could have a completely pale skin with brown eyes and dark brownish hair. You know, there are many, many, many shades amongst the so-called Puerto Ricans, and you know that, okay? Okay, look at John Leguizamo. John Leguizamo is a so-called Puerto Rican, but he played an Italian in the movie Son of Sam, if you've watched that movie. All right. Look at the rapper Cuban Link. Even though he's Cuban, he's still Northern Kingdom. Look at Big Pun Terror Squad. You know, if you're old enough to remember them. Look at who else? Look at Jim Jones. Jim Jones is a so-called Puerto Rican, right? Fat Joe, not Fat Joe. Fat Joe's a so-called Puerto Rican. I think his mother's Cuban, I believe. He's Puerto Rican and Manassite. Basically, his father, he's Ephraim. His father's so-called Puerto Rican, right? Jennifer Lopez, Rosie Perez. Look, see the difference in shades? You know? I don't know what it is with American Jakes. They think that, right? Even just being tanned like that, you can pass. You know, you look like a, you know, they consider that those people white, which is crazy. Look, where's that picture again? All right, and from the outside looking in, this guy does not look like a white guy. This guy doesn't look like a white guy. You know what I mean? I don't know about GOCC. Forget about GOCC. They're just gone. All right. All right. So we come in many, many shades. All right. And I'll give you an example here. Okay. So you are whatever your father is. Okay. Now, if your father is an Edomite, a cracker, okay, then you are not an Israelite. So if your father is a white, a real Edomite, and your mother is a so-called black woman or a brown woman, and you come out looking like a so-called Puerto Rican or a so-called black man, but your father is a devil, then you are an Edomite. Okay, but the Edomites as a whole are a so-called white man. The Caucasians today, they're the sons of the wicked. The Israelites, the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, and those of that lineage paternally are the sons of God, and the sons of men are the rest of the heathen nations. Now, look, there's Blake there with his Haitian or Levite father. There's his mother. There's Blake's son. Look at Blake's son. Are you telling me that Blake's son is not an Israelite? Now, a lot of you are probably going to get pissed off saying, I don't want white-looking Israelites in the kingdom. Nah, but you know what it is? In the kingdom, all right, we are all going to get our original look back. We're all going to look good, and we're all going to get our tribal look back. They are not going to be in the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be on planet Earth and beyond. Every Israelite's going to have their Israelite look. They are not going to be no leprous Israelites. You think the Lord is going to have a law against leprosy in the book of Leviticus where it's unclean and then have his chosen people, the sons of God, looking like lepers? Read the book of Leviticus chapter 13. Okay? Where it's unclean to have yellow hair, where it's unclean to have it's okay to be light-skinned, you know, teased and tanned and all that kind of thing, which Blake's son looks like that. He's, you know, lightly tanned, yeah, but yellow hair is unclean. I'm looking like an Edomite. That pig skin, that pink skin is unclean. You know, I mean, look at Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate's father is a so-called black man, right? Okay, and you're gonna have other Israelite foreigners as well. Uh, where is he gone, man? Look at this. This is Super Cat. Yo, you got no Super Cat. The Don Dada. All right. His father's an East Indian. Are you telling me he's a heathen? His father's an Israelite foreigner. His mother's so-called black. All right, but a lot of you are gonna, because in America, it's a, that color thing has been, was and the bywords were put in place in the 1600s in Virginia. All right, I believe it's 1638 or 1698. Yes, reggae star Supercat has Indian roots. His father was Indo-Jamaican, and Supercat is of mixed heritage. All right, so basically, his father's an Israelite foreigner. Okay, it's like an Italian man who's Sicilian, grew up in America, doesn't know he's possibly an Israelite, gets married to a so-called black woman, and from the outside looking in, everybody say, oh yeah, look at that. There's a white guy married to a black woman, or a so-called white guy. But to me, Sicilians don't look white to me anyway from here. Okay, I'm around real Edomites around here in the UK. They look like crackers, man. To me, Sicilians look more like Latino-ish. Yeah, you got, some that do look pale, but for the most part, they've got more of an exotic look. Okay, yeah, a lot of people say, oh yeah, she's married to a so-called white guy, but really they're an Israelite couple. He's just a Judite from Sicily, because the Moors did ravish the women in Sicily, so they're of Judite descent. A lot of the Sicilians and Southern Italians. All right, and hence here, because remember we were slaves during the Persian captivity, so a lot of so-called black men had children with the Elamite women. A lot of Israelite men had children with the Elamite women during our Persian captivity when we were slaves there. The Israelite men, and then obviously Supercat's father, from many, from that era back, his line goes back there, and then when the British brought some of those Elamites over to the West Indies and Jamaica and the Caribbean islands, amongst those Elamites, those dotheads, they are also Israelites amongst them too that were brought over to work in the sugar plantations. Yeah, and then Supercat's father met his mother. So Supercat's father met his wife, Supercat's mother, but today the world would say that he's of mixed heritage. It's just basically an Israelite couple. I mean, you know what I mean? Hell, man, Supercat's mother could be an Edomite that looks so-called black. You get me? This thing is deep. It's not just a color thing. You understand? It's lineage. Paternal lineage is very, very, very important. So yes, reggae star Supercat has Indian roots. His father was of Indo-Jamaican, and Supercat is of mixed heritage. All right. Okay, time is of the essence. I better hurry up. You know how his plantation and shit go there. All right. Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. And the Lord Yahweh Shemashah shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. That's why you got a lot of Jakes that are Muslim worshipping that rock, kissing that rock. A lot of Jakes, especially Northern Kingdom Catholic Jakes, worshipping the wooden cross and crossing themselves. Sicilians do the same thing. You got a lot of Jakes, Haitian Jakes are Catholic, doing voodoo, Santeria, Northern Kingdom doing Santeria, Our fathers didn't know that. That's not a part of our heritage. All right? That's part of the curses of being scattered. And when you get scattered to the four corners of the earth, you start looking different. Because a lot of men, Israelite men, just like they do today, so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men, what do they like to do today? They like having women of other nations. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you don't follow that woman's doctrine. Okay, a so-called black man or a Native Indian or Hispanic man gets himself a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Indian girl, right? Okay, but she's a Hindu or she's Muslim. You just tell that woman if you're pleased to dwell with her and she does good by you, woman, don't practice that, stuff around me. Don't bring it in my house. You can't have that. You take care of her, you love her, you take care of her. She's your wife. You have children. Those children are Israelites, but they may take on the mother's features. They may look like East Indians or look brown with just straight hair, whatever. Yeah, but it's still your line, okay? Because you are whatever your father is, okay? And what proves that that you are what your father is? Let's go to Numbers 118. Numbers 118 KJV. Numbers 118, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. So you are whatever your father is. Okay, look at Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey, beautiful woman when she was young. She still doesn't look too bad now, right? You think she got that voice by being a white woman? She's an Israelite. If you look at her father, if you've seen pictures of Mariah Carey and her brother looks like like a light-skinned so-called black man. All right, but he got the most of them. He's a little bit more browner with a fro. Mariah Carey come out looking more so-called Ephraimite-ish, but in America she can pass for a so-called white woman. Obviously, Mariah Carey's mother is a so-called white woman, an Edomite, but Mariah Carey's father is an Israelite. Mariah Carey's an Israelite. Okay, so you are whatever your father is. All right, there's no such thing as mixed. Okay, man carries a seed in his balls. All right, the woman is the earth. Okay, you have an apple seed here, you put it here in the UK, you put one in India, you put one in America, put one in Africa. Okay, the earth is different, the climate is different, so the seed may take on the environment that it's in. So the tree might look a little different because of the earth that it's been put in, but it's still of the apple seed. You understand? There's no such thing as mixed. Okay, and that's the parable between the wheat and the tares. Let's see. Jeremiah 12 and 9. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. The Lord Yahweh Shemashai said, the Lord's heritage is like a speckled bird. What's a speckled bird? What is a speckled bird? A bird that has many spots. You could have light brown spots on a bird, gray spots, yellow spots, black spots. So the Lord's heritage is the same way. There's many shades. The Lord's garden has a multitude of different types of flowers, that which makes a garden beautiful. Hence the reason the children of Israel, pursuant to Hosea 1 and 10, we are like the sands of the sea. We're the most numerous people on the planet Earth, because Israelite men are very, we love women, and we have children. We have multiple children with multiple women. And we've got children all over the place. Okay, our seed is humongous. Some of us got the original look, some of us haven't, but we're still Israelites. All right. And you're going to notice that salt wherever you go. Okay, you're going to see that you see a Chinese guy or an East Indian guy or a so-called white guy or a Polynesian guy getting down like a so-called black man, really getting down. I'm talking really, not mimicking, really getting down. As Elder Malcolm of GMS Chicago would say, you can't fake Jake. Really getting down. Whether it's martial arts, whether it's rapping, whether it's R&B singing, rock and roll, jazz musician, um, academics, whatever it is. All right. And he's really really got it. He's like really unique, because Jacob is the former of all things. More than likely, that person is an Israelite. Okay. So we come in many shades, man. All right. We're like speckled birds. Okay. Daniel 9 and 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off. through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass that they have trespassed against thee. You know, we've got confusion of faces. Where have we gone? You know, we don't know who we are. We don't know whether we're coming or going. We don't know why we go through what we do go through. But the elect have obtained that wisdom through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, because the Lord has chosen them. John 15:16. Ye have not chosen me, I have chosen you. The Lord chooses you. You know, like that song, I choose you. The Lord chooses you. Okay? So, but the rest of our people are confused, you know, and a lot of us also look different as well, compared to what our forefathers looked millennia ago. But we'll get our look back in the kingdom, which will be here soon, because Yahweh is around the corner. All right? That's the parable between the wheat and the tares. Wheat and tares look the same. Okay? That's why you got a lot of children running around in neighborhoods, whether it's the barrio or the hoods or the reservations, or even other parts of the world which you assume that are not Israelites won't be there. There are Israelites that look like heathens. There are Israelites. There are also heathens that look like Israelites. So you got, yeah, like for example, De Blasio's son. De Blasio's a small hatter, right? But he's married to a so-called black woman. But his son has an afro. Small hatter meaning that he's an Ish person. He's an Amalekite. But his son has an afro because he has had children with a so-called black woman. But his son, when he moves and talks, he's an Edomite. That's a tear. Okay? Right? So you got heathens that look like Israelites. Okay? Like, for example, so-called white men, East Indian men, Arab men, Chinese men, real heathens, Moab, Ammon, Japheth, Elam, Esau, having children with Israelite women. The children come out looking like the mother. They might have dark skin, black hair, or afros or whatever, right? And the fathers might have that heathen look because they're heathens, okay? But they might take on the look of their mother, but they may look like Israelites on the outside, but they're the seed of the heathen, so therefore they're tares, okay? But then you've got wheat, like Blake Griffin's son. Blake Griffin is wheat. Blake Griffin's son is wheat. Supercat is wheat, okay? I'm just giving that example. Even though whether they're the elect or not, only the Lord knows, but from the outside looking in, most people that have sold their backside and sold themselves, you know, for the riches of this world are not part of the elect. But I'm just giving examples of parable between the wheat and the tares, okay? Because you are whatever your father is, regardless of how you look, all right? If your father's an Israelite, you are an Israelite. If your mother's an Israelite, that doesn't count. If your father's a cracker or a gook or a dot head or a head shrinking Aborigine Polynesian pig barrier, one of them, you are a heathen. Okay. Now look at The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. He looks like a Polynesian, a so-called Japhetic person, but his father's a so-called black man. Dwayne Johnson is an Israelite, even though he subscribes to more of that bullshit of his maternal side. But he is an Israelite. So there's many, many, many examples. Okay. So, like I said, you got heathens that look like Israelites. All right. And then you got Israelites that look like heathens. All right. Now, Blake Griffin's son, all right, kind of looks like a heathen. You know, he's got on the borderline of passing like a cracker. But Blake Griffin's son is wheat. Okay. So wheat and tares look very similar. All right. And amongst Edomites, you got crackers like Blake Griffin's son. Put him in a school of all white people in a beautiful white neighborhood, upper class or whatever. And everyone's blonde. And he's blonde too. So Blake Griffin's son is there, along with, I'm sure, with other Israelite foreigners that with blonde hair and blue eyes. Okay, but then you got real Edomites there with blonde hair and blue eyes. So there's wheat and tares. They look similar, but the wheat are the ones that have Israelite lineage. They come from the balls of an Israelite man. Okay, the rest of those crackers, little cracker kids running around, Edomite children running around, come from the line of Edomite men. Okay, but they look similar. Okay, that's the parable between the wheat and the tares. That's an example, because a lot of you like to subscribe or like to always mention the so-called white man, so I'm giving that example. Okay. Okay. Let's go to Matthew 13 and 30. All right. Okay, another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in the field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. You know, where the enemy came, the heathen came, raped our women. Our women willingly gave themselves for a better life with these heathens. And over time and millennia, there's been so-called, um, what the world would call mixed marriages or mixed relationships. All right. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. Okay, the heathens. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? Okay. Verse 29. But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. So gather the wheat and the tares at the same time. Verse 30. Let both grow together until the harvest, and the harvest is almost near. All right, Yahushua is returning. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares and bind them up in bundles to burn them. The heathen are going to be burned, right? But gather the wheat into my barn. So the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to gather his wheat no matter what they look like. You're going to see a lot of Israelite foreigners, right, get beamed up. You're going to see a lot more brown people, though. You're going to see a couple of blonde-haired, blue-eyed Israelites. You're going to see a couple of East Indian-looking Israelites, probably some with turbans, right? You're going to see some Gook-looking Israelites, okay? All right? That believe, or the Lord has chosen them from the foundation of the earth, get beamed up into the chariots, and they're going to get changed. They're going to have the original tribal look back, whichever royal tribe they're from. All right? That's the parallel between the wheat and the tares. So, IUIC, yes, there are Israelites that look so-called white. Every Israelite that's scattered to the four corners of the earth is not going to look so-called black or Hispanic. All right? But you are wherever your father is. All right? And when the kingdom is established on this earth, there's going to be no confusion. We will have our original look back again. All right? All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash.